golden wildfire. What makes a king? Though victory is within their grasp, news of an unexpected incursion from Elmyra forces Claude and the Alliance army to retreat. Driven by revenge, Elmyra invades with a far larger battalion, led by none other than Prince Shahid. The Alliance hangs on by a thread, but Claude has another plan up his sleeve.
Looks like we made it back in time after all. The fighting hasn't really picked up yet. I'm sorry about all this. I dragged you on this forced march right after our first assault on the Empire just to face a new enemy on a new battlefield. I always thought Elmyra might attack, but I never predicted they'd pull together an army this big.
This is exactly why I didn't think we should attack the Empire in the first place. But I'll admit that no one could have seen this coming. Sometimes you just get unlucky.
I don't think there was any avoiding this.
Well, at least the Imperial Army didn't come after us, so our troops are still battle-ready.
And there's been enough meat in our rations to keep me energized and raring to go!
Thanks to the support from Margrave Edmund, we've had plenty of provisions. There is no reason we should not be able to fight effectively.
That doesn't change the fact that messing up now could mean the end of the Alliance. All because of my miscalculation. Come on, we always dump all the tough planning on you. We've got nothing but appreciation for the work you do, Claude. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. What matters is that we made it here in time.
That's what counts, right? Come on, Claude. Let's get moving.
Sounds like I'm the one who needs to get his head on straight. Okay, time to put all that behind us and focus on driving back this invasion.
No movement on the Empire side, huh? All this quiet only makes me more anxious.
Perhaps what keeps them at bay is the fear of having to face the famed hero of Daphne.
Irvin, do my ears deceive me, or did you just make a joke?
I do not jest. Your being here is the only thing preventing me from surrendering to the Empire this very instant.
You can drop the traitorous villain act. I know you've done more for the Alliance than anyone else.
You give me far too much credit. All that has ever mattered to me is ensuring the well-being of the common folk in my territory, not the Alliance itself.
And that's what makes you a great lord in my book. Or rather, it made you one, I suppose.
Indeed, now I am but a humble retiree, ready to enjoy my decrepitude. Maybe now, people will actually leave me be.
I wouldn't count on that. You'll have plenty of unwanted company if the Empire attacks.
Oh, I do not think we need concern ourselves over that. If the Empire had any intention of continuing their war with the Alliance, they would have struck already. I imagine they have reconsidered their plans following that last battle. It was foolish of them to start a war on two fronts in the first place, but it would be even greater folly yet to continue after witnessing the might of the Alliance.
Hold on. Are you saying the reason you volunteered to defend the Great Bridge is because you figured it wouldn't be attacked?
Now there is a thought.
Humble retiree, my foot. You're just as shrewd as ever.
You honor me, Lady Judith.
How's it going?
Ahoy there.
Uh-huh.
How's this?
I love it.
That reminds me.
Did you know?
You sure?
Thank you very much.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Say,
Every day's a picnic. Nothing to report. Nothing gets past me.
Looking good.
What?
Got it. Come on over.
Listen.
Well,
Absolutely.
thanks in advance.
What can I do for you?
Having a good time?
Hey.
Nah.
I'm busy.
Excuse me.
Now then.
How do you do?
Simply appalling.
Right on.
What do you say?
Hunger is the true enemy.
Thanks. This.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Hey,
I can.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy. Come back whenever you're hungry.
Care to make yourself useful? We all must do. Care to make yourself useful? We all must do. Care to make yourself useful? We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our fair share. Yes, I must be telling you. Ah. My word is a bond.
By the way,
To sum up, working those muscles? Oh, man. I gotta do this.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat. Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
I hope... I never pictured...
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat. I'll do whatever I'll do whatever...
Time to work you into shape.
I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever.
I'll put this.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat. Can't wait to see how you do.
Please listen.
Do you have a moment? Ah, that's right.
Let's see. What do you think?
Are you sure?
My instruction comes at a high price.
I can't wait to test my...
I'm getting better. I could use this.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
I'll be able to help even more now. How can I best use this power?
For His Majesty.
I have yet more power to...
I still have talent, I see.
Don't neglect your daily studies.
Speaking of which,
What?
what?
Hey there, Ignatz. What are you up to?
Oh, Claude. I was just admiring the scenery. I come here sometimes to bask in the embrace of unfettered natural beauty. Stunning, isn't it? I find being in the environment like this to be quite calming.
You can say that again. My favorite napping spot's always been right under a nice, shady tree.
That does sound comfortable.
Ignatz, you always wanted to be a painter, right?
Huh? Well, yes, but how did you know that?
Oh, easy. I've got you all figured out, my friend. All your secrets, your worries, everything. Kidding, of course.
Right.
Really, it wasn't too hard to piece together. I heard you haven't always wanted to be a knight. And seeing you take in the world the way you do, there was only one possibility. You dreamed of being a painter, but gave it up before you could ever make it a reality.
My father wished that I become a knight, yes. But the decision to actually do so was mine alone. That's enough of that, though. What demands our attention most in this moment is the instability among the Alliance nobles. As a knight, I must do whatever I can to help alleviate the situation.
You're right. The whole Alliance has been in complete chaos ever since Shahid attacked. We'll need the unified support of all the noble families if we want to make it through this. But things aren't going quite the way they should.
I really wish there was more I could do to help.
In that case, how about we send you on a reconnaissance mission?
What?
It's simple. You go to all sorts of different places, maybe scout out a few towns, and take note of everything you see and hear while you're there. Sounds like the perfect job for you, doesn't it?
Are you sure I'm the right person for it?
Of course I'm sure. I want you to travel the world, Ignatz. See the wonders it has to offer with your own two eyes.
You know, I thought my dream of becoming a painter was nothing more than dust in the wind. That giving up was my only path forward in life. But you've shown me that isn't how it has to be. Once this war is over, I'll do whatever it takes to make it a reality again.
As you should. What kind of dream would it be if you just abandoned ship the moment one little thing knocked you off course?
Thank you, Claude. Once I'm a full-fledged painter, I'll be sure to do a wonderful portrait of you. I promise.
Sounds good to me. Oh, and make sure it's extra grand so that it'll survive for centuries to come.
Yes, of course.
My, if it isn't Marianne, how is the fine maiden today?
Oh, Lawrence. I'm all right, thank you.
Off to the chapel again? Your devotion never ceases to amaze me.
Yes, I am.
Tell me, do you regret taking part in this war? I was most surprised to hear you were joining our forces, so if you are overexerting yourself for whatever such reason...
I'm not, and I wouldn't say I regret it either.
Hmm?
I had no other choice. When the Officers' Academy shut down, my adoptive father insisted I join the army. I wasn't given the opportunity to say no.
I see. So it is by the will of Margrave Edmund that you're with us.
Yes.
I can only presume he did so as a show of his loyalty to the cause, considering he cannot make much use of his own soldiers. Yet, you do not seem entirely on board with the concept. Are you sure this is what you want? If need be, I would be glad to contact your father and sort this out for you.
Just stop. I'm fine with this. It's not like I have anywhere else to go anyway. This is the only option I have, so please, just leave me be.
Marianne, we are living through an era of immense change. This great war has entangled the three eminent powers in Fodlan, and will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the continent at large. Leicester cannot stay the way it is now. No, it must not.
Why are you telling me all this?
Listen carefully, Marianne. I believe this moment in time to be a wonderful opportunity for you to turn a new leaf. I too feel pressure to do the same, and I have spent my days reacting in kind. Why don't you and I welcome in this new era together as changed people?
If only it were that easy. Perhaps things wouldn't be such a struggle. I'm sorry. I will continue to be as I always have. All I can do is pray. If you'll excuse me.
The simple joys of a refreshing morning's exercise.
Oh, hey Lawrence. Kinda early for you, isn't it? What are you doing here?
In truth, I was waiting for you, Leonie. I merely decided to fit in a spot of training in the meanwhile.
For me?
There's something I was hoping to speak to you about. Do you recall our last conversation here? You said, the day may come that more commoners begin to make their own choices, begin to live without relying on the nobility.
Sure, I remember. What about it?
Well, your words were quite shocking to me. I've spent no small amount of time turning them over in my mind since. If you speak true, I wonder how I, as a noble, should proceed.
Huh. And? you reach any grand conclusions?
Well, it is an ironclad rule of the nobility that the commoners living on our land fall under our protection. And yet, some still slip through our fingers. That is simply the state of things in today's world. In a way, you are one of them, though you did choose this path of your own accord.
Hold on. Did you really have to put it like that? I didn't slip through anyone's fingers. I jumped out all on my own.
Well, yes, I suppose you did. My apologies. In truth, I find it exceedingly difficult to stand in the shoes of the everyman while also pushing matters forward as a noble. But if I'm unable to do exactly that, I have no hope of preserving the stability of my territory. As such, I am looking to bring an exceptional commoner into the ranks at House Gloucester to act as my advisor.
That's a surprise. I thought there was supposed to be some huge boundary between nobles and their people.
I assure you, such a boundary still exists. But I've come to realize something of late. As we proceed into the uncertain future, more and more common folk will begin to break free of their defined roles. Such an era will be upon us before long. Your actions are proof enough of that.
Whoa, slow down there. I don't think I'm some kind of great trailblazer or anything.
I've simply interpreted the meaning behind your words. I thank you for leading me to this realization.
Yeah, still not seeing it. I don't need your thanks.
Leonie, I had this idea with your story in mind. As for the commoner I would invite to House Gloucester, the proposal I mentioned earlier, how would you like to fill that role?
I appreciate the invite, really. And I know it's supposed to be this huge honor, but there's other things I want to do in life. My dream is to become a mercenary just like the captain, and I'm already on the road to making that happen. I can't abandon that. I won't.
Very well. I suppose I would not want to stand in the way of your dreams. In that case, I pray you succeed in your endeavors, but I'll be here should you ever change your mind.
Good to know I have a backup. Thanks, Lawrence. Oh, hey, Shamir. Going somewhere?
Yep, private matter. Be back in time for the next mission.
So you'll be away tonight?
Who knows? Could finish today. Might take longer.
Well, if someone asks where you are, what should I tell them?
Say you don't know, which is the truth. Later.
Shamir, wait.
Yeah?
Are you going?
At last, our full army is finally assembled. Soldiers as far as the eye can see. Drink it in, Nadir. It is quite a sight to behold.
Yeah, I guess it is.
It should be child's play for an army of this size to break through Fodlan's throat. They may as well crown me king of Elmyra right now.
I sure hope you're right about that.
Who knows where Khalid is now? But I can just imagine the look of despair on his face when he hears of what I have accomplished.
He has no clue how to lead an army this big, and yet he's already bragging of his victory. I'm under no obligation to follow Shahid any further. Perhaps it's finally time to do as I please.
Not many people in Elmyra could mobilize an army this massive. If it's not the king, it's gotta be one of the princes. Which means Shahid's definitely their commander.
What's up? Something wrong?
Nah, not especially.
You sure? Because I definitely just heard a "we've got a problem" sigh.
There's nothing to worry about, really. And besides, I can't see any other way around this. I'll just have to do what needs to be done. That's all there is to it.
I feel like I'm missing something.
My lord, we have made ready to intercept the attackers and await your signal.
Right. Here goes. Listen up, everyone. The enemy may have an advantage in size, but they're little more than a disorganized mob. We can defeat them. No, we will defeat them. Drive them back today, and we'll toast our victory tonight. Charge! Good to go.
Who, me?
I stand ready.
My muscles will see me through.
I'm ready anytime.
There's no time to waste.
Oh, me?
Disorganized mob or not, their sheer numbers are impressive. But Lester will be done for if we let them break through. We have to take out the enemy leader at all costs.
Let's start by taking care of the enemies near our base.
Let's show them what we got!
None shall surpass me!
Uh-oh! The enemy's attacking our base!
Charge!
I will not allow this to be a repeat of before. Do not spare a single soldier! Crush them immediately!
They're trying to take our base through brute force. Brace yourselves, everyone!
At this rate, we may succeed in overcoming the first wave of attackers.
Enemy reinforcements have taken up positions in the north and south. We will not be able to use the same tactics as before.
Then we'll just have to shake things up. Let's steal their strongholds and light the beacons.
The beacons? Ah, I see! You mean to lure them in? There is a signal from one of our strongholds? What an obvious trap. As if we would fall for something like that, fools.
So it's begun. Prepare to carry out the plan.
We've lit 2 beacons, but the enemy isn't doing anything.
You'll surrender quietly if you know what's good for you.
Take a breather.
None shall surpass.
No problem, I got it.
My blood compels me!
My moment has arrived. Blame me all you want. We've lit all the beacons now. The enemy forces should be able to see them.
Do not be fooled by those beacons. We will overwhelm the enemy with our sheer numbers.
Looks like we've got more enemy troops on our hands. Was drawing them over here really a good idea, Claude?
We've got them right where we want them. Now, we'll pretend to attack the northern front and... well, I won't spoil the surprise.
Now is our chance. Go!
Nadir, did you see the beacons? Everything's good to go on our end. How about you?
I've been waiting for ages, kiddo. Let's get started.
Shahid, General Nadir has defected. He's working with the enemy?
Show him what fate awaits a traitor! Kill him!
So he's going straight for our linchpin, is he? Everyone defend Nadir.
My turn? My turn at last.
Hey, who needs protecting? As if I fall here.
True, you are Nadir the Undefeated. But I like to make sure I've covered every possibility.
never would have imagined we had an Almiran general on our side. We must use this opportunity to gain the advantage. You still haven't killed Nadir? Surely only a small handful of troops defected with him. This is much worse than I anticipated. We have no choice but to retreat and regroup.
We'll regret it later if we let them leave now. Don't let the enemy leader get away. Are we changing?
Oh, we can skip my turn, you know.
I don't care who, but someone has to hold off the enemy while I make my retreat!
No problem, I got it.
If we can bust open that stronghold, we'll be able to get ahead of Shahid and block his escape.
He's going to get away. Chase him down, now!
He may be running, but I seriously doubt he's the type to give up so easily. Guard that. Attack the gate now.
I order every soldier on the front line to attack, and I will cut down anyone who does not obey!
We must guard this position.
I'm not handing this place over to anyone.
This stronghold is worthy of my protection.
We'll be in a good position if we can capture this stronghold. I vow to defend this location.
I'll do my best to defend our position.
Let's try this. This should stop the threat from the rear. Let's try this. I better back them up. I've got it, not a problem. Guard this place with your lives.
No one's taking this place while I'm here.
Move out.
Take it down in one fell swoop.
Guard this place with your lives.
Now it is mine.
I think this will go well.
as if you could never kill me!
Come then, gallant warrior of Elmira. Put my
turn at
cowardice
last.
to the
I got
test.
it.
Really is? It's been you all along. To think that you're the one who turned Nadir against me!
Well, would you look at that? You figured it out. I'm here to stop you from ruining Elmira's reputation, Shahid.
I will become king of Elmira. A barbarian like you could never defeat me. This is it. Scum. Kill me if you can.
Everyone, focus on the Elmira leader. If we defeat him, we win the whole battle. Want to stay on guard. Blame me all you want. My moment has arrived. Blame me all you want. Give it up, Shahid. It's over. You lost.
Let fly that arrow then. I'll never kneel to the likes of you!
But that isn't what I'm asking for you to do here. Let's end this. Come on.
You little brat. I'd sooner die!
Thanks for that.
Look, Claude, if you can't do it, then I will.
No. This is my burden to bear. I never wanted things between us to end this way. I'm so sorry, brother.
I'm sorry, Claude. It looked like you were hesitating, so I...
Don't worry about it. I never would have found my resolve if not for you.
So that Shahid guy, was he your...
Don't say it. Honestly, it's not even about that. That look of desperation on his face just tugged at my heartstrings, is all. You know, I thought a guy like me would be impervious to this kind of thing. Looks like I don't know myself as well as I thought. But now that I know, I won't make the same mistake again. We should go. Everyone's waiting for us.
Claude.
I want to...
All right! We did it!
The rest of the Elmiran soldiers seem to have simmered down. I guess it's because they lost their commander?
That Shahid guy must have been the only one who actually wanted to fight us.
Claude, I believe you owe us an explanation. Why are you and this Elmiran general on such amiable terms?
I guess you could say he looked after me a bit when I was a kid.
Before you joined House Regan, you mean? How did you two come to meet in the first place? It is difficult to fathom the circumstances that would lead someone in Fodlan to make the acquaintance of an Elmiran general.
It's a long story, so I'll just cut to the chase. It turns out Elmira isn't as unified as many believe. After the battle 2 years ago, I went to Nadir to see if there was a way we could partner up if something like that were to happen again.
You see, I served the King of Elmira directly as a retainer. I was never obligated or inclined to obey Prince Shahid. The prince was obsessed with starting a war with Fodlan, in the hopes that he could distinguish himself enough to secure a path to the throne. This probably comes as no surprise, but he didn't have any kind of plan whatsoever beyond clearing Fodlan's throat.
Once I caught wind of the situation, I thought it'd be best to have Nadir and Holst get to know each other before things really got out of hand.
Wait, Holst, you've already met him?
Yes. Nadir the Unstoppable and I have been nemesis of a sort for years now.
It's actually Nadir the Undefeated, but go on.
But when we met, he declared that he was willing to band together, if doing so would prevent Almyra's name from being sullied. Well, that right there nearly moved me to tears. Before long, we were drinking and celebrating our newfound brotherhood.
Your newfound what now?
Ah, I take it you're Holst's sister. Then that makes you my sister too. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm actually full up in the brother department.
Getting back to the story, I'd been trying to nip Shahid's foolhardy war in the bud for a while. But the prince was always as stubborn as an ox, and so, that's how I ended up here with this gigantic army. Luckily, though, I spotted my newfound brother defending the throat with the kiddo and his army. It's a shame about the prince, but I'm glad we were able to help stop the attack on Fodlan.
Does that explanation satisfy you, Lawrence?
I cannot help but feel there is more to the story. But for now, I will happily thank General Nadir for his assistance.
You have my gratitude as well. You all helped me prevent another blow to Almyra's reputation. Now, in Almyra, it's traditional to throw a grand feast after a battle. We eat, sing, and dance till we can't move anymore.
Oh yeah? Claude has the same tradition. Wait, but that means...
We may have failed to capture any Imperial territory, but we succeeded in defending the Alliance. So tonight, we celebrate in style. I hope you're all ready, because it's gonna be a feast for the ages.
Hey! I was right! It's feasting time!
So that's what you mean. Should have known.
Mutton, jerky, steak! This is the best meat party ever!
Slow down, Raphael. Just how much are you planning to eat?
Oh, this is delicious. It has a nice, delicate sweetness to it. It really does. I wish I could share some with Dorte.
Dorte? Who's that?
Oh, that's your friend, right, Marianne? The horse one.
My brother! You haven't had nearly enough to drink! Come on now, bottoms up!
And you need to eat something. I prepared the food myself, you know. Try the mushrooms. They came out perfect.
The war is far from over, but these people are acting like they don't have a care in the world.
Keeping your guard up all the time is just gonna tire you out. Everyone needs to unwind every now and again.
Then why isn't the man of the hour partaking in the festivities?
Now that you mention it, where is Claude? Claude, what are you doing out here?
Oh, hey there. Just thought a little fresh air would do me good.
Hit the bottle a little too hard? Can't say I blame you. It's been a while since we've cut loose like this.
Yeah, that could be it.
You've got to wonder what's really running around in that mind of his. He never revealed his dealing with Count Gloucester, nor that he befriended an Almyran general. He's probably hatching a new scheme right now. Not that he'd ever tell us about it.
What are you thinking about, Claude?
Oh, not much. Just letting my mind wander a bit now the battle's finally over. Well, I guess I should rejoin the festivities. Come on, let's go be merry.
It still feels like he's got this wall around him. Hard to say if we're ever gonna really understand each other.
I'm sure you will one day. After all that's happened, he's come to depend quite heavily on you. Although, if you really want him to see you as someone he can turn to, you'll need to get stronger. That man harbors many secret ambitions. I wouldn't expect him to back away from this war anytime soon.
Sounds pretty tough when you put it like that.
Oh yes, he'll say all of this is for everyone else, but he has aspirations of his own too. Just like us and our goal of slaying the Ashen Demon. If you grow stronger for Claude's sake, it'll benefit your own aspirations as well. He may not be your partner in destiny, but yours is a valuable relationship nonetheless.
Hey, Arval?
Yes?
Don't you think you're getting a bit too obsessed with this little grudge match?
Maybe so, though I don't believe that's all there is to it.
What do you mean?
I suppose it just feels like our destiny, like it's something we're meant to do.
It is now 1182. The Great War incited by Edelgard has continued to engulf Fodlan, but slowly begins to change course. The Alliance's battle with the Empire ends without a victor. After facing the Olmyrans, the Alliance focuses on rebuilding, while the Kingdom's conflict with the Empire stalls. 6 months will pass before the wheels of change turn again. But when they do, it will be because one ambitious man sets them in motion.